For just 12 weeks, the new skate ribbon in downtown Omaha saw 29,000 people. On average, that's about 345 every day.
Yeah, good showing, right? Now the RiverFront is preparing for the masses. That's because the ribbon turns to ice for the first time. New at 4, our Marlo Lundak explains how it works.
The Omaha ice skating community is buzzing.
I think it's going to be super great. I'm definitely going to have to try it out.
There's something magical about skating not just in a regular oval-shaped rink.
That's because the inaugural winter season at the downtown skate ribbon will kick off on Wednesday night.
We are in the middle of the process of transitioning from roller skating to ice skating.
Special underground technology makes it all possible.
So underneath the entire concrete slab are glycol lines, many miles of them, that's pumping, the glycol through to help freeze the surface. So dropping it down a little bit at a time, utilizing 2 chillers that we have in place to really kind of get that first layer to freeze and then building more freezing layers on top of that.
That technology means it doesn't need to be below freezing outside to keep the ice frozen, which in turn leads to a more consistent and longer ice skating season.
It's really a recreational sport first. I think it gets you out there to enjoy the winter season. Learning to skate, just having that skill of feeling like you're balanced and able to skate is a great accomplishment in and of itself. So,
figure skating coach Ann Kane says local clubs like hers allow people to expand outside of recreation. She's excited about the exposure the ribbon can bring to the sport.
I mean, we skate year-round here, and Omaha actually has a pretty big community for year-round skating. So that's exciting that people will get to learn more about it.
And these skaters say no matter your age or skill level, skating can be for everyone.
I think it's never too late to start skating. Like, if you think it's something that you want to try, you might fall in love with it, and I think it's definitely worth it.
On your side in downtown Omaha, Marlo Lundak, 6 News.
They have skills this reporter does not have. Mecca officials tell 6 News a new feature at the ribbon for the winter season will be reserving a time slot to skate ahead of time. That'll help people know when the ribbon is busy.